up, y'all? Welcome to Sabrina Talks. I'm Sabrina if you're new. If you're not, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching me. So since Black History Month is wrapping up, I want to give y'all a selection of 6 black movies that I think are just fun. Because you know, most of the time when we're getting a black movie, it's going to be something that is, one, either highly stereotypical. Yes, I'm talking to you, Tyler Perry. 2, based around black trauma. I don't need it. I'm tired of it. 3, either based in slavery or the Civil War or the Revolution. I'm tired. Those movies are great and they're, you know, inspiring when they want to be, but I don't need every black movie that I see to be that. So in honor of Black History Month, we are going to honor some fun black movies, some movies that are just black people being normal black people. So I'm excited to share my list with y'all because I think all of these movies are really great and I think anybody can watch them, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. So let's slide right on into this list. The first movie we're going to be talking about is Are We There Yet?, which came out in 2005 and stars Ice Cube and Nia Long. So what happens in this movie is there's a bachelor, Ice Cube, who sees a beautiful lady one day. Obviously it's Nia Long. They, you know, started becoming friends and kind of flirting, and he wants to woo her and obviously eventually start dating her. So in one of his attempts to get on her good graces and really show that he is a good man, he decides he's going to take her kids on a road trip to meet her in Toronto. And of course, nonsense, chaos, and shenanigans ensue throughout the whole entire movie. Are We There Yet is absolutely ridiculous and funny, but the main reason why I'm including it onto this list is because of the fact that if we took all of the main characters and just, you know, not made them black, and just, you know, made them white or something, it'd still be the same movie. Like, it'd be like a National Lampoon's Family Vacation or whatever that movie's called, or like a We Are the Millers, where just an adult and some kids is going on a road trip and nonsense ensues. That's basically this movie. And I think that's such a good thing, because if we tried to do that with, like, I don't know, a movie about slavery, it wouldn't work because the plot revolves around the people being black, whereas in this movie, the plot doesn't revolve around the people being black. And I think that's so important for, you know, our black movies to do that. Like, yeah, we want them to have our telltale signs of it being like a black movie, but at the same time, the plot doesn't always need to be this is a black movie. It could just be this is a movie that just happens to feature a bunch of black people. So I definitely think Are We There Yet is just a fun movie you could throw on with the family, by yourself, and just have some good laughs and not have to like think about being black, if that makes sense. So the next movie I want to talk about is Dope. Not the movie is Dope, which, I mean, yes, it is, but the movie title is actually called Dope. It is written and directed by Rick Famuyiwa. It stars Shameik Moore, Tony Revolori, and Kiersey Clemons. It also has features by people like Tyga, Lakeith Stanfield, A$AP Rocky, and Zoe Kravitz. Dope tells the story of Malcolm, which is played by Shameik Moore. He and his friends are nerds, you know, the typical like outcasts of the school. They somehow get invited to a popular party, and at this popular party some nonsense happens and of course leads to an adventure that he and his friends go on throughout the city of LA. I really enjoyed Dope. I think it's such a fun coming of age movie, and you know, black people tend not to get too much coming of age stories. What I think they really did well in this movie is it really does follow the tropes of coming of age. So like I said with Are We There Yet, if we took the fact that this movie is set in Compton and took the fact that this movie is centered around these black kids, take it out the, you know, the equation and put some white people in it, it'd still be any old typical coming of age movie. You know, we just change a little bit of things up and it'd still be there. Take Booksmart, for example. They have kind of the same aspect in it, to where there's like two group of nerds, it's their senior year, they want to have some fun before they go off to college, they try to be cool, they get invited to some party, randomly get involved with drugs, and you know, that kind of nonsense happens, but everything comes together all in the end. That's essentially Booksmart and Dope and a bunch of other coming of age movies. Dope is also really similar to the movie Good Boys, if you've seen that. Like, there's 3 kids, well, in this movie they're actual children instead of like teenagers who are about to go to college. These are 3 kids who get involved with some girls, and then next thing you know, they get involved with drugs, and they gotta figure out what to do with the drugs, and then, you know, they gotta run from the cops and run from people, and all kinds of nonsense. I think Dope is something you should watch if you haven't seen it already, especially if you love teen movies and like coming of age movies and just movies where nonsense happens the whole entire runtime. The next movie I want to talk about is a movie that literally took over the world. I'm talking world domination. I'm talking everybody and they mama literally was going to go see this movie. Can you guess what this movie is? It's Black Panther that came out in 2018, which was directed and written by Ryan Coogler. This movie stars the wonderful Chadwick Boseman, may he rest in peace, Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, Denai Guerra, Daniel Kaluuya, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o. I mean, this movie has a stacked list of wonderful actors and actresses, and I absolutely love this movie because it is just so great, which I'm sure you know that. Now, if you somehow have not seen Black Panther already, Black Panther is a Marvel superhero who is the king of Wakanda, protector of Wakanda, and he in this movie deals with all of the responsibilities of being king and tries to make the best decisions for Wakanda while facing a new foe, which is played by Michael B. Jordan. I'm sure you already know why I included this movie on this list, but I'm gonna tell you anyways, just in case some people really don't know. But I included this movie because 1, a black superhero. Wonderful. We love to see it. 2, we get to see black people as royalty. Wonderful. 3, we see black people being smart, and I'm talking genius level smart. We get to see black people with new and inventive technology. We also get to see black people in traditional garb from many different real African tribes, which I think is just wonderful. Everything about this movie was just done with so much love and so much thought into how this can affect black people. This movie literally made billions of dollars. This movie took over the world, like I said. There was so much people who bought out movie theaters so little black kids can see themselves in these movies, and oh, the impact of Black Panther will go down in history because it was just magnificent. So if you somehow haven't watched Black Panther, what are you doing with your life? Please go watch it. Or if you have seen Black Panther already, go watch it another time. Just bask in the wonderfulness that is all of the melanin on screen. Next, let's talk about another movie which I believe had such a huge impact on the black community. Not as much as Black Panther, but definitely a huge impact, which is Girls Trip. Directed by Malcolm D. Lee, Girls Trip came out in 2017 and stars Jada Pinkett Smith, Queen Latifah, Regina Hall, and Tiffany Haddish, as well as some other people who are triggered throughout the film. In Girls Trip, we follow 4 lifelong friends who travel down to New Orleans for Essence Festival, and they have some great sisterhood moments, they have some laughs, they have some cries, and they just have a good old time. Now, we've seen this kind of, you know, some friends get together, have a crazy weekend involving drugs, alcohol, sex, and all of that. We've seen that kind of trope in movies like The Hangover, and we've seen it in Bridesmaids. We've seen it in all these things, but we didn't get to have it for black women. When Bridesmaids came out, it really stamped the fact that women can be funny. Like, obviously, we know that. As women, we know we are funny and we can be just as funny as men. But in terms of mainstream media, that movie is one of the movies that really cemented, like yeah, women can really be hilarious. Like, tear falling down your eyes, hilarious. And now with Girls Trip, we can definitely get that same kind of energy for black women. I definitely believe the success of Girls Trip is one of the reasons why we got a Black Lady sketch show that is on HBO, because the more instances of success that we can show that black women are funny, the more chances we get for other people to also show that black women are funny, which i.e. the Black Lady sketch show. It also has to do with, you know, Issa and like Robin Thede and, you know, all of them. All of those factors are obviously like a mix into it, but I definitely think the success of Girls Trip is definitely another reason as to why we got shows like a Black Lady sketch show, which I'm super grateful for, because have you seen a Black Lady sketch show? That show is hilarious. I mentioned how funny that show is in my Easter video, and I'll mention it again because y'all need to go watch it. But yeah, like I said, with all of the other movies that I mentioned, this is a chance for black women to have a movie that is based around one of the stereotypical tropes in Hollywood, which I enjoy. The next movie I want to talk about came out in 1995, which is the year that I was born, and it is the movie Bad Boys. Bad Boys was directed by Michael Bay, who has done, you know, the Transformers films and a host of other films. It stars Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, as well as, you know, obviously other people. Now, according to IMDb, the synopsis of Bad Boys is: two hip detectives protect a witness to a murder while investigating a case of stolen heroin from the evidence storage room from their police precinct. I've seen Bad Boys many a times in my life. I can never really remember the plot points of the movie because to me it's just like any old cop movie, just it happens to star Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. And that's kind of why I added it onto this list, because since they are so, you know, cool and hip, as the IMDb synopsis says, it allows for, you know, black people to see themselves as the good guys who come save the day kind of situation. Whereas usually when we're seeing a black story that involves cops, we're usually on the other side of the cop situation. We're the ones being gunned down, arrested, harassed, all of that. So to me, this was a nice change, because now we are the cool cops. Now we're the cops who are saving the day and all of that jazz. Still don't really like cops. This is definitely like a cop propaganda kind of movie, but whatever. It's still a fun, good time. So I really think this movie is a classic for a reason, and you should watch it if you haven't already, or just rewatch it just to, you know, reminisce. I haven't seen the new Bad Boys for Life, the one where they're, you know, actually grown and that just came out. I haven't seen that yet, so I can't tell you if you should watch that. But watch the original, because the original is great. Now, the last movie I want to talk about is the most recent movie out of the bunch. It literally came out in 2020. It is written and directed by Stella McGee, and it stars Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield, and that movie is The Photograph. Now, I believe this movie came out like Valentine's Day last year, because it is very much a romantic movie. It tells the story of two intertwining love stories from the past and the present that connect in a way that I think is really cute. The Photograph is such a cute love story, and it just features some wonderful black love, which I enjoy so greatly. I think it's done really well, the way they like intertwine the two love stories, because it could have been a bit messy. It takes a little bit to get into the movie, but once you get into it, it's really cute. And I mean, hello, it stars Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield, two wonderful star actors who have so much chemistry on screen. And what I love most about it is that it's a love story with black people, but the black people are successful. I mean, this story is taking place in New York. Both Lakeith and Issa Rae's character has beautiful, you know, apartments in New York. They are top of their fields in their career. Like, I just love to see it. Like, I love to see successful black people shown on screen as if it's normal, because hello, it is. Narratively, I also really enjoyed this movie. Like I said with all the other ones, if you took the fact that these characters were portrayed by black people and put any other race, it'd still be the same great movie, and it wouldn't hinder any of the plot, which I really enjoy. With all that gushing about The Photograph out the way, that about wraps up my video for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, leave me a comment, let me know if you've seen any of these movies and if any of them are your favorite. Also, let me know what other black movies that you love watching that are not based in trauma or sadness or, you know, stereotypes. Share this video with your friends so they can also see and watch these movies with you. Subscribe to my channel for more music and entertainment related content. I will be doing more movie reviews. I will be talking about To All the Boys That I Loved Before in my next coming videos. I'll also be talking about some deluxe albums that just recently came out. Once again, thank you so much for watching. As always, please remember to be safe, be smart, be kind, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.